Hey guys, what's up? It's Amena. So I did a poll on Twitter asking you guys what video you wanted to see next. Surprisingly, Sudanese story times won out. It was like 50% wanted story times, which is kind of funny because I was not expecting that. Like, I thought the other topics were gonna win first, and I wasn't even prepared to like tell these story times, so here I am. I'm just gonna give a disclaimer really quickly. Please do not try to look up people. Don't try to look up who my family is. Don't try to look up where they live in Sudan. Don't do all that stuff. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stop doing story times. It's not that serious. People are crazy these days on YouTube, on the internet, just in general. So the first story that I'm gonna tell you guys is actually a time when I straight up fainted, fell on the floor in Sudan. Okay, so this was actually the first time that I went to Sudan, I can say, like, as an adult, I guess, because before that, every other time that I had went to Sudan, I was still a kid. I was a teenager. I didn't know better. I was over there acting all American, you know. I didn't understand the difference in cultures and, you know, just typical first generation stuff that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. So in this particular time that I went to Sudan, I remember telling my mother, oh, this is gonna be a different trip from all of the other trips because now I'm going there, I understand the culture. I'm not gonna accidentally disrespect anyone or say things that are not appropriate in Sudan or whatever. I had this mindset, okay, I got them, they got me. Now it's just gonna be a good trip. I'm gonna visit everybody in my family, my mom's side, my family's side. It's gonna be great. For some reason, I don't know why I decided to do this, but for some reason, I literally booked my ticket from August 2nd, 2011 to August 30th, I believe, or 31st. I would be there the whole span of Ramadan. I was in fact leaving the day of Eid, which sucks because like I only got to spend one day of Eid with my family that night. I literally got on the plane. Like, anyways, I digress. I'm getting off topic. Not to mention, Sudan is hot, okay? Everybody knows that. Sudan is hot. It's one of the hottest places in Africa. I'm going there in the smack dab summer in August, where it's one of the hottest months, okay? Matter of fact, it's August right now. Let me just give you guys a weather forecast of what it looks like in Sudan right now. Here's my weather app right here. Here's Khartoum right on the top. And just to give you a visual, okay, it's nighttime right now, so it's only 89 degrees. But for example, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it says Tuesday, 107 degrees, Wednesday, 107 degrees, Thursday, 107 degrees, Friday, 108 degrees. Like, that's what it was. That's how hot it gets in August. And even more than that, I feel like when I was there, it was getting into like the 110s and all that. So anyways, I get on my flight, I remember I was taking Turkish Airlines, had my connection flight in Turkey, made it to Sudan. It was so nice. So great to see all my family. I don't know, it's kind of weird to say this, but just to breathe the air, it's so different breathing the air in Sudan, in Africa, versus like here. You feel like you're home. Like when I got out of the airplane, just being outside in the airport, seeing people, everybody looks like me, everybody's black. It just feels good. It feels like, wow, finally I'm back to home. Don't get me wrong, the US is my home too. Like I definitely feel like the US is my home, but it's just a different type of feeling. The first day I was there, I wasn't fasting because I was still traveling, so whatever. Okay, that night went on. Now the next day I started to fast. I was so fatigued, I was so jet lagged. I cannot sleep good on an airplane. It's impossible. It's actually impossible. You guys don't know this, I did my bachelor's in aviation science, so I know exactly how airplanes work, okay? And it's just physically not possible. They don't even have enough oxygen. That's why you always feel so tired and fatigued. Anyways, I'm getting off topic again, but needless to say, I was fatigued, I was jet lagged, I was tired. My family woke me up at like 5 o'clock something for suhoor so that I can eat something. They gave me some juice. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like this clear juice and it has like pieces of white stuff in it. That's only important to the story to tell you that I didn't like it. But they told me like that's what keeps you, if you eat that, like you'll stay full throughout the whole day. I couldn't really eat that because I didn't really like it, you know, I'm already tired. I like Sudanese food, don't get me wrong, but it's some stuff I just don't like the juices. I have a hard time with the juices. Karkade, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because so many people love karkade. no, I can't do it. So anyways, I think it was maybe the third or fourth day that I had been at home fasting. One of my cousins was like, hey, I have to go to doctor or clinic, whatever. I need to get some blood drawn. So do you want to come with me? And I was like, yes. Whenever I visit Sudan, I don't like staying in the house and just sitting there. I want to go out. I want to see the country. I want to see just everything. I want to see the stores. I want to see hospitals. I want to see simple stuff. I just want to see it all. So even something like as stupid as if my aunt would be like, I need to go grocery shopping, I'd be like, can I come with you? Like, I just loved going out to different places. This particular moment, my cousin had to get her blood drawn. So we had to go to the hospital for her. I don't know if it was a hospital or a clinic. I don't know how that stuff works in Sudan, but it was, some sort of clinic type place. And by the way, it is extremely hot this day. We're all fasting. He's going at around 12 o'clock, which for those of you guys that don't know, the worst time to be out in Sudan is around noon. 1 o'clock. That is when the sun is directly overhead. That is when you get the worst. It's so bad. Even some people in Sudan, they don't leave the house at that time. That's how hot it gets. Like, if you go outside at that time, you are guaranteed to have a headache. You will for sure get a headache just from the sun. I was just like, I don't care. I want to go outside. It's hot. It's the worst time of the day. We're fasting. I didn't eat that well the previous days, and I'm still kind of fatigued, but I'll be okay. That's what I thought, at least. So we get to this clinic. I'm with my cousin who's around my age and my aunt. We go inside with her, and something about this is where I'm gonna get a lot of hate comments right here. Something about the inside of this place really just left me so unsettled. The facility conditions were so unhygienic, unsanitary, everything. Like, I was cringing inside for my cousin. It was I sound like such a spoiled American. They took her blood. Okay, they took her blood. At that specific time, seeing her blood against that wall that was stained and dirty, just really, it made my stomach just start turning. I know what some of you guys are gonna say. Some of you guys are gonna say, oh, maybe you're just sensitive to seeing people get their blood drawn. That's not true. I'm not sensitive to people getting their blood drawn. Fun fact, I'm anemic. I have had 2 blood transfusions in the past, 4 bags of blood. I know what it is like to get your blood drawn. Like, I already know the procedure. I know the deal. So I'm not afraid of blood. I never have been that kind of person. I don't faint from blood. I'm not scared of needles. It's not anything like that. It was strictly the conditions of this hospital. And the fact that it was even hot inside of this place, I don't recall them having actual AC inside. I think it was just fans. It's an experience, hey. As we're walking out, to give you guys kind of a visual, right? I'm standing right here. The door is to the left, the door to walk outside of this clinic. So my cousin and my aunt are standing in front of me, and they're talking to the reception lady or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, checking out, whatever. I'm not even paying attention to them or anything that they're saying, because I'm thinking in my head, it is so hot right now. I'm standing right next to this door. I'm fasting. I'm tired. It was getting to a point where I just started to get really, really overheated. I recall looking outside, when I turned my head to look outside, it was I saw kind of black spots. It was boom, 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 boom. And I was like, whoa, that's not normal. Every time I was trying to breathe, it was even harder and harder for me to breathe. I kind of ignored it. I was like, whatever, I'll be okay. Just hurry up and stop talking to these people so we can go. That's why I'm thinking, let us go, because this clinic is I just need to leave this place. They're talking to the girl, all right? All of a sudden, my legs are getting heavy. I feel my legs are getting heavy, but my head is floating to the sky. That's what I was feeling like. My head is just kind of going like this. It's just getting faint. I knew at that time, I was like, this is not right. So I literally told my aunt, I was like, hey aunt, I need some water. That's literally what I said in Arabic. I said, I need some water. And my aunt looked at me and she laughed because the thing is, we're fasting. So she thought I was joking around. She was like, I know, right? Like, it's so hot, like that. Like, no, that's all I remember. The next thing I knew, my ass was on the floor. So embarrassing. I was on the floor. My cousin was holding my head in her lap, and my aunt was like holding the rest of my body. I just saw two faces on me, and they were like, Amena, 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 Amena. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I knew right away. I knew. I was like, I fainted. I was like, oh shit, I just fainted. Like, I knew it. So I'll tell you guys what happened at the blackout, the part that I didn't remember. I was literally down just for, I don't even think it was a minute, you know, thank God. What happened was I went to my aunt. I said, I need some water. My aunt laughed. She was like, I know, right? It's so hot, right? This is the part that I don't remember now. I touched my cousin like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost said her name. I was like, cousin, like, I need to drink water for real. And at that moment, I started to fall backwards. My cousin went behind me. She went behind me because she saw me falling, right? My cousin went behind me. And the thing is, my cousin, okay, I'm not big by any means. However, my cousin is like stick skinny. If you guys think I'm skinny, no, I'm average. My cousin is literally like pencils, okay? And and I fell. I'm falling backwards onto her. And she said, you were heavy. She was like, you're so heavy, I couldn't hold you up. So we both fell to the ground together. She was like, we both fell. We just both fell on the ground. She was like, I was just trying to hold your head so that you don't hit your head on the floor. You made me fall with you. I was dying. I was laughing so hard. We had to go back inside, all right? We were just gonna leave. Remember, we came here for my cousin. We didn't come here for me. They laid me down onto a bed. They made me drink some water. They said, she's just dehydrated because it's Ramadan and it was probably too hot. I laid down in that bed probably for like 30 minutes and then I was like, okay, like I'm good. Can we go? Because I didn't like that place, man. I mean, when I look back at it, thank God that I fainted inside of a hospital/clinic. Like, thank you, God. That's the best place. If you're gonna faint, that's the best place to be, right? Anyways, the doctor told my aunt she's not fasting today and she shouldn't fast tomorrow either. Like, give her a couple days to eat. So I just remember we left the place. They bought me a sandwich. It was like, I think it was like tahmiya and something type of sandwich. For some reason, it was like the best sandwich that I've ever had in my life, you know, at the time. It just fixed everything. Like, when I ate the sandwich and they kept telling me to drink orange juice. I don't know what's the significance of orange juice, maybe the vitamin C or something, but after I rehydrated, got my fluids in, got my food in, I was feeling good after that. And I was even like ready the next day to fast. I was like, I can fast today. And my aunt was like, no. The one thing that I guess I'll say is at that time, I was not living in Texas, okay? Now, I'm actually used to the heat. If I were to go to Sudan now, I'm pretty sure my body can handle that kind of weather better because it's very similar to the weather that we have here in Dallas, Texas. But at that time, I definitely can say it was a weather shock, okay? It was dehydration, it was fatigue, it was fasting. It was the wrong time in the day. The sun was directly overhead. That clinic was unsanitary. The funny thing is, after that, my aunts called my mom, of course, to tell her, yo, your daughter fainted. We joked around because I literally told my mom before I left, this trip is gonna be a normal trip. Like, I'm gonna go to Sudan. I understand the culture, blah, blah, blah. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. Like, the first week that I was there, I fainted. She was like, what happened? Something always has to happen when you go to Sudan. Anyways, that was it for this story time. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to hear more story times in Sudan, more juicy ones, then let me know. I don't know. I'm hesitant. Depending on the feedback that I get on this video, I'll continue doing it or not. So yeah, that was it for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!